So who we picking up?
Nick Fitzgerald, and I'm gonna warn you, he's a giant. He's a legit frost giant.
I'm really not sure what he means about that.
Should be concerned. What the heck, dude? I told you. Is he not a giant?
What's up?
This is the man himself. We're gonna have some fun, man. You ready? You ready to party? This is the friendly giant.
Sweet.
Nicholas Fitzgerald. Do you go by Nick?
Yeah.
Well, we can't have two Nicks in one car, so.
Call me Fitz.
That's
what was my
dude.
nickname.
What are you? 7 feet tall?
I'm 6'9".
Hence the friendly giant.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I love it. And the beard, I love the beard and the logo. Just so you know, man.
Cool. Thanks.
It fits you perfectly. Yeah, dude. Tell us about yourself, man.
Well, really, I started my business in 2015. I was a financial advisor before then, and I got fired because I wasn't going to hit my sales numbers.
Darn those numbers.
And so I finally, at the age of almost 35, as I'm asking myself again, what do I want to be when I grow up? I was like, okay, I think I'm going to finally do what I want to do. So I started a video production company, just to help businesses tell stories and make cool videos for them. I didn't even have a camera of my own. I had to borrow one from my dad. That's how into it I was, into the idea. And so I just started working, and when you're doing all of that one-man band stuff and figuring out how to start a business,
little bit about that. Yep.
it's crazy.
So tell me kind of like, where are you at now? How has the business grown from 2015?
Yeah, so 2015, it was funny. On my last year as a financial advisor, I only made like $15,000, and then my first year as an entrepreneur, I made $25,000.
There you go.
Yeah, stepping it up
raise, right?
with kids and the family, dude. That's
awesome.
It's still not easy, but you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and so since then, I worked in film, and I was trying to make ends meet when I was trying to build a network and get better at my skills, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I had this epiphany in 2017 in the summertime. That I didn't want to do that because I was working 12, 14, 16-hour days and only making like $300 a day on a good set in Utah.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was hard to be able to provide.
That's tough with the family life too.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, something's got to change. I got to be able to make the money that I want and that I need to survive. But then, because we were on food stamps and Medicaid and all that kind of stuff, living in a basement of a family member and renting from them,
Totally.
And so since then, as I made those changes in 2017 to taking my skills, my expertise, and helping other businesses make money with them, by telling powerful stories and doing videos and things like that, I was able to really turn things around and gain momentum.
Totally.
Where we moved out of the basement,
Boom.
and we're renting this house now, but it's I have a garage for the first time
in my
life, that kind of
isn't that
thing.
a good feeling?
Those cool things that I've been able to see, and that my kids, that's the powerful thing about entrepreneurship, especially when you're working, starting up, and your family sees everything that you're doing.
Totally.
It's cool when I get a check in the mail. When I used to get checks in the mail, now it's all digital. Right?
Right.
To be able to show, see this, and show them that it was like $10,000 or whatever. Like, remember when I was gone or doing this?
Right.
This is what I got for it, and they're like, wow,
What is a good story?
Any story that gives their audience a way to connect with you on a personal and emotional level. Yeah, you can talk about, this is my business and this is what I do. But when you get into the why and the purpose and why you're passionate about it, why you've struggled and why you decided, while you're renting a family member's basement, to not go get another real job and you're going to do this.
Right.
When people understand that and hear that, it helps them connect with you on such a deeper level. And it lasts. It becomes something where they have that, they see themselves in you a little bit, and there's a connection point.
Shift to advice for entrepreneurs. Okay, so a lot of entrepreneurs, they sell a product or they sell a service.
Yeah.
But they don't sell their story, right? That sounds like what you kind of do, is you help entrepreneurs sell their story and like almost monetize that. So what are the first steps? If I'm watching this, I have a carpet cleaning business in Kentucky. What are my first steps?
Right. Well,
by the way, is their business too boring to tell a good story?
No, that's the thing that's fun is like everyone has a cool story about why they started a business. There's really no story that's, you know, boring or not engaging if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
And so I teach people. I have a framework that like I built through all of my lifetime obsession of stories and everything like that. But really, we talked about being intentional as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
With your story, you have to be intentional.
For
so,
sure.
like, the first thing I always say is to begin with the end in mind. What do I want the audience to feel, think, and do as a result of this story? Because so many people fall into, and I hear this all the time, is like, I'm not very interesting. I don't have a cool story
I'm
to
super
tell.
boring.
I'm boring. Yeah, nobody's gonna care. That kind of thing.
They're just talking about Brendan.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Okay.
Or they have lived a life full of experience and they don't know where to even start and what to share versus what not to share, you know, that kind of stuff. So when you ask yourself, what do you want the audience to feel, think, and do? Engage the emotions, engage the mental side of things, and then what actions do you want them to take? It helps you reveal the stories that you should tell to lead them to that. You know, you start to understand your experiences and what you've done in your life and in your stories and experiences that lead them naturally.
Start with the end emotion, the end goal, work your way backwards.
Exactly. It's so easy to reverse engineer once you have that worked out. And it's so funny when people do that. And it's just a simple exercise, but people overlook it all the time.
Yeah.
Or they don't think about it on a deeper level. It's like, oh, I wanted to sell this thing. Okay, well, why? You know, that kind of thing.
So let's say they follow that advice. They make a video explaining the why. Where do they put it? How do they actually use it?
Give us some mechanics,
to go in there and start monetizing it, right?
Yeah. So my biggest thing, what I did to be able to build an audience for myself, was Facebook Lives. I did Facebook Lives every day.
I love Facebook Lives, and everyone there's notifications going out. Facebook like puts it right at the top intentionally, right? So you're basically saying you can force your way to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, you have this free resource sitting in your pocket on your phone all day, and it's totally free.
Right.
And you've built an audience, all that kind of stuff. So as you use that's how I started to build my audience and start to practice my message and get it out there, because the risk is little. I'm not putting money behind it with ads or that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's a good testing ground, but then it's also free marketing.
That's free marketing.
So what do those videos look like? You just talking with your awesome beard, or is it?
Well, I can say whenever I've seen, because Nick and I are friends, I see in the news feed, he starts every video off a very special way. Do you know what I'm talking about? And it's like, wait,
it's a different face every
it's
time.
Right, and it's just like, the first half second, he got me, I'm listening, right? I love that.
It's fun. So like that, when you are able to use that free tool, it's just so powerful. So that's how I started doing it, and then, you know, I repurpose my stuff. You know, I use snippets, or I use the stories that I tell and do a short version for Instagram stories, or
I love it.
You know, I record all of my Facebook Lives and I'll cross post them to YouTube and use the hashtags and all that kind of stuff.
So you've gotten clients from Facebook Live, or people who have seen it? Really?
Yeah, I've got tons of clients from it. I've sold courses through it. Like I used it like a webinar.
Dude, that's awesome.
That kind of stuff. I'm getting ready to actually do a launch on the 25th.
All right. Like a week from now.
Yeah.
Now,
dude, that's amazing.
Are you just holding the phone, or do you have a more professional setup, like in an office that goes live?
Do you have any stormtroopers with hats on?
I might have one of those. Yeah.
In the background of his life, they're awesome.
When we get back to, I'll show you my.
He's not a Star Wars fan at all.
Not at all.
I see the Rebel socks.
Yeah, Rebel socks, Star Wars shirt.
Yeah, I love it.
But. So what I do, I've done the handheld stuff.
Okay.
That's usually for something short, because
super on
after
the go.
a while when you're like this, like
you're getting a workout,
isometric workout. Yeah.
You're right.
And so I started out just with my laptop and my kitchen table.
Okay.
In the basement of the house that we were renting and stuff. Now I have my whole office and I have it like decorated intentionally. I have lights and I use my DSLRs, my webcam and stuff, so it just looks
for Facebook Live.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, there are.
Dude, that is legit. What is the thing that every business needs to do then? Like every entrepreneur, every business, do they need to make videos? Do they need to start sharing stories, and how?
Yeah, absolutely. Videos and stories, like I think they go hand in hand. When there's no better way to connect with somebody than face to face. When you can't do that, video is the fastest way to build.
That's true.
That's a great point.
You know, and so, you know, even if you're looking down a lens, the person on the other side, it's like you're looking right into their eyes and you have that connection. And when you're sharing your stories and the passions and the purposes for what you're doing and the things that you're selling and offering, it's so powerful. So yes, you need to be doing both of those things. If you're doing, you can't really do one without the other.
Yeah.
I love
if you
that.
need some help, this is your guy. You can connect with him. And
He goes by Fitz. He goes by Nick.
Fitz.
He goes by Friendly Giant.
That's me.
Are you cramped in the limo, or is it okay?
It's not too bad.
There you go.
Well, hey, if
I've
he
got
fits,
headroom.
anyone fits.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, dude, thank you so much,
Yeah,
man.
thank
This
you.
has been
Dude,
super
you're the
helpful.
freaking man, dude. That's awesome.
All right. Dude, you barely can get out of this thing. That was so much fun, man. Hey, let's do it again.
Absolutely.
It was so fun.
What's up, guys? My name is Brendan Tolman, and I'm going to teach you in this course how to explode your current or soon-to-be founded business through the power of licensing, okay? Through licensing, I was able to take my wedding company, go national, and do $4.4 million in sales in just 10 days. Get started for absolutely free. Fill out the information, and we'll see you on the other side.